Only half of people who have high cholesterol suffer from a heart attack. Yet everybody's so afraid of cholesterol. There's actually no correlation, really zero, 50-50 shot. If it's high, you have a 50-50 shot of having a heart attack. So that doesn't mean that high cholesterol isn't unimportant, but it's not the greatest factor in tracking along with that. In fact, cholesterol is necessary for our bodies. 60% of our brain and nerve tissue has cholesterol in it. We need fats. We need cholesterol in our body. And when you go on a low cholesterol diet, there can be some complications associated with that. Just real quick, I don't want to focus on these too much, but if you are a nerd and a numbers person, these are the numbers more or less that we want to have with the high density lipoproteins. That's the HDL. For men, women, it's the same. And then this is more of the ratio. So that's your low density lipoproteins, right? You want to have basically a 1-to-3 ratio if you're considered healthy. And then the healthy triglycerides is you want to be anything under than 150. That's just for your benefit. If you want more info, we can give you the numbers there. Some of the ratios, again, this is more numbers for you geeks out there like myself. Your cholesterol to HDL ratio, healthy range about 3.4, 3.3 for women. It's pretty much the same for both of those. And then these are the different levels for your triglycerides versus your HDL. So this is what's happening inside our arteries when that plaque starts to build up. And if you think about it physiologically, right, you've got a bigger opening, and when that plaque starts to build up, the opening gets smaller. So what happens when you pump the same amount of fluid through a smaller opening? Pressure goes up. That's where we get high blood pressure from. To eventually it gets so high, so overworked that it stops working. And this is happening to some extent to every single person, like we talked about from the very beginning, already in some children. In 1 in 4 children, this is happening. What's interesting though, is it's actually not the size of the particles. It's actually more dangerous if the particles are smaller, but there's more of them. The bigger ones can break off and pass through, but when you have many, many small ones, more of them, that's where it gets really, really dangerous. And that can only be seen through different endoscopies and et cetera, right? So again, this is public information. This is something that your doctors withheld from you, but there are some side effects. There's some dangers to taking cholesterol medication, right? One of those is going to affect your liver, like any medication. There can be liver damage when you are taking cholesterol medication. It can actually create neuropathy, affect the nerve endings. It can lead to things like severe joint pain and ligament rupture. I have a story of a patient who he started care and a lot of neck pain, a lot of SI joint pain. I mean, within 2 weeks, pretty much cleared up. He went to get an assessment with his doctor. His doctor saw that he had high cholesterol. He got back on the cholesterol medication and all of his joint pain came back. And it took me weeks to figure out, like, have you done anything different, new medications? Oh yeah, I'm on this new cholesterol medication. So sometimes as practitioners, it's hard for us to know what is affecting it. We're doing everything we're trained to do. We're getting the results that we want, but the things you're doing are actually having a negative consequence on your body. Now, again, I want to protect myself as a practitioner. I can't legally tell you to get off medication because we didn't put you on it. You do want to consult. If your doctor's for you, he should be aiming to get you off of these things. That should be yours and his or her primary objective. You also can have muscle wasting or atrophy, heart failure because the heart's a muscle, a few other things, depression. Antioxidants help with the free radicals in the body to help flush out basically toxicity within the body, right? And then even can create things like memory loss. As I said earlier, 60% of the brain and nerve tissue is made up of cholesterol. Right? That's what we talk about when you're young, eating fats, eating avocados, right? The brain there's a lot of fat associated with the brain. So we need cholesterol to some extent.